All right, guys, we are here. The next game of the night, excuse me, the first game of the night, not even the next game, is going to begin right now. It is between Icebreakers and Team Blue Milk in the bottom half of the bracket. Again, the way that this is working is the losing team will be going home after this one tonight, since they are in the lower half of the bracket. Icebreakers won the coin toss by not even participating in the coin toss. Instead of the second team to go into the lower bracket, they were the first team to choose if they wanted to be blue or red side. They chose blue side, obviously, here. Kobe going to go ahead and ban somebody. No, he's not. That's right, because Kobe was a late substitution, so they're actually... Icebreakers is losing one ban, I believe. I think that was the issue. Let's go ahead and take a look. And now it's going to flop back over to an Ironaut in Team Blue Milk here. Chino Baby figuring out what he wants to do with his bans, and as they figured out, and they have 10 seconds left on that one, joined here by Nineline Storm. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys? All right.
They're probably good.
They're probably good.
I just set it back. I really did with the first ban, taking that one away from Kobe. Kobe, again, that substitution. And he's played in NGG a couple times. He's kind of flopped around on teams. Never been on a super-duper serious team. I know that he was in the works of joining this supposed all-star team from a while ago. Excuse me, and it never really panned out. So... but he's kind of popped around from here and there. I know he's always been kind of cool with some of these guys here, so he's going to be filling in for top lane for Icebreakers, and he'll ban away Mordekaiser with the rest of the team's consent as it flops back over to Team Blue Milk here.
That's an interesting Aurelia ban, because it's probably directed straight towards Kobe, because in this meta you want to ban your Fiora, your Gangplank, your Mordekaiser, your Lulus. So... it's interesting. I think Chino Baby and TBM over here is looking to get 2 power picks from this.
Yeah, they might be, and not to mention the fact, take one away from Kobe, take a comfort champion away from him. Because generally speaking, you want to throw somebody on that champion they're comfortable with when they're brand new to the team in their first game with the team. Now, Kobe is an NGG veteran, like we've mentioned, so he's been in these situations before, but... I'm going to not go ahead and choose that one now. And another interesting ban is Elise here. Elise is such a power jungler right now. Maybe Ramu just isn't comfortable on that pick, so they'll ban it away, or maybe they're taking it away from Tornados. I'm not sure, but Vayne actually going to be the last ban, so a lot of strong champions open, like you just mentioned.
Darius, Gangplank, and Fiora are all open. Not all 3 can be picked. Oh, and we
so
left the Vigar.
So Kobe's going to pick that one really quickly. Probably going to go to Davemon in the mid lane. Might not go to Davemon. Might go to Solo Drax on support. We don't know, but generally speaking, you would expect that in the mid lane. Tornados is going to hover his Rek'Sai here. We played that in week 1, and he did a pretty iffy job on it, mainly because of how kind of disorganized Team Blue Milk was at the time. Maybe we'll see a better performance out of it here. Morgana also hovered. Morgana is also predicted to be a pretty big, important pick through Worlds, and also probably through the rest of NGG at the same exact time, because of how strong she can be with her pick potential, the Black Shield, and all targeted CC from some of these guys. So choosing Morgana here might not be a bad idea if Lord Crawley wants to take that in the bottom lane. I know he prefers champions with hooks, though. Blitz, Thresh, maybe a little bit of Alistair. He's played a bit here and there, too. So maybe seeing him play Morgana will be a little bit different. But it still kind of fits in with that longer skill shot that can really set your team up for success if it lands. Tornado's now switching towards Lee Sin. Chino Baby still isn't swapped off the Morgana. But Morgana also pretty versatile, too. That could go mid. We saw Pobelter play that mid. Yeah. Could go support. I've seen it top. It was kind of top for like a couple days. It was really popular, then faded away. So more than likely taking that in the support role, but just in case, we'll hang on to it in percent. It's
yeah, Morgana's actually a really good pick here, especially against a Vigar, because it definitely saves one person from that stun, and that's what you want to do. And it's really heads up from TBM to kind of counter pick the Vigar without really going too far into their team competition, because composition, because Morgana can be played in pretty much anything.
Yeah, there is that Darius hover too, and a Braum as well, going to be locked in, but Ramu's still hovering. Nope, I'm going to go ahead and lock that one as well.
It seems like they know exactly what they wanted to pick there. It just seems like they were like, all right, they went Morgana, we're going to go Braum. I guess Solo Drax is confident in his Braum against the Morgana pick.
Yeah, absolutely. It also could be a bit of that team fight where we can see a knock up, and that, you know, Morgana can spell shield one person like we talked about, but hey, you know what? You can't spell shield the pull from Darius, the Braum Q, the Braum ults. There's only so much that you can stop. and we'll see if that's maybe the reason why they went for this type of composition. On Iron Knock, however, is Jinx, probably the best AD carry in the meta right now. The only issue is that Jinx doesn't have those escapes that some other AD carries have, and that could prove to be difficult when you already have 3 people that have such good engage on the side of Icebreakers, as now Orianna and Jinx are locked in for Team Blue Milk here.
And I think that's why TBM picked the Morgana first, because they were kind of hoping that Icebreakers didn't go for that Jinx, because I know Naira likes to play Jinx a lot, and it's like you said, one of the best AD carries in this meta, even though it doesn't have that escape. But they picked the Morgana pretty confidently, because it can just help peel the Jinx very well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jinx Morgana's the bottom lane was made popular by Crepo and Yellow Pete way back in the day with Evil Geniuses. You know, you hit the binding, you drop the traps, and you have a couple seconds to someone you're stuck in one place where they don't want to be. And so maybe that's a strategy he has ahead into this one. Ramu, or excuse me, not Ramu, You're All Bad is going to lock in the Rek'Sai for Ramu. Kalista's also going to be locked in for You're All Bad, who's remembered as Kodimon, for those of you that were watching last season. So they have a different lineup now. Icebreakers over here with the removal of Warthus and Bubble Vicious. And now over to Team Blue Milk, because they figure out what they want to run as their last pick to counter the Darius in the top lane. They have a pretty good pick composition right now. Orianna, Jinx, and Morgana can do that. That can be pretty fun or pretty anti-fun to play against. Now we just need to see what they want to round it out with. Anything predicted here coming in for Chino Baby?
For Chino Baby, I definitely think that he should pick one of the power picks, Gangplank or Fiora here. Or he's just going to go over the Renekton. It's seeing a lot more plays in Worlds. I know there's maybe 3 people that have picked it so far, so maybe it just feels really comfortable going against the Darius with it.
Yeah, maybe it's something that can hold Darius down in the lane or something like that, since we know Renekton is such a lane bully. You know, you get 1 point each your levels, you can kind of bully anybody around there. So maybe that's Chino Baby's plan, to try to keep Darius down early on in the game. But regardless of what the plan is, we do have the full rosters locked in for both of these teams here. On the blue side is Icebreaker Sours. Kobe taking Darius to the top lane. Ramu to Rek'Sai in the jungle. Davemon's going to be on his Viger in the mid lane with a Kalista Braum in the bottom lane, which could prove dangerous with that Braum passive. And throwing Braum into the middle of the team, too, with the ultimate could be something that would be extremely scary. And that may or may not be the hard engage that comes in from the side of Icebreaker Sours. But on the opposite side, Chino Baby with Renekton in the top lane, Tornados on Lee Sin in the jungle, FYS, Orianna's mid lane, and then Naira and Lord Crowley going to go ahead and run Jinx Morgana in the bottom lane here. And again, we already talked about that's a bit of a pick composition right there. With Lord Crowley can land a binding or land that there, it can be followed up, and Naira can go ahead and zap them a bit and slow them down even more. We could see Chino Baby dash in, or Tornados even jump in with the Renekton and Lee Sin, or maybe follow that up with an ultimate from Orianna. So it could go either way, but it definitely seems like there's more of an engaged team fight composition from Icebreakers and a bit of a peel away team composition from Team Blue Milk. And we'll have to see. It really is going to depend, I think, on who gets the early advantage in the games, who can provide more pressure, Ramu or Tornados. And both of them are really strong junglers. Both of them are Diamond 2, if I'm not mistaken. So they're both good players, and they know what they're doing, and they've been playing with their team for a few weeks now. It's just a matter of who's going to want it more here and who's going to be able to avoid the elimination here, because again, both these teams have 1 loss, and it's only going to get tricky from here. Icebreakers had a really good game last week against Flightless Gamers Club, but we're not able to pull out the win there, as it went a little bit longer, and Icebreakers was able to hold on for a while, but Flightless Gamers became too much for them. But back in week 1, Team Blue Milk fell to New Generation's Gaming. They did pick up a win last week over Supernova, and a very dominant showing against Supernova that we saw here, but now they have to fight back against what people consider the team to beat after the first week in the season, or in this Invitational.
Yeah, one thing I'm really worried about is Icebreakers don't have that much of wave clear. They only have the Kalista, which is not that long of a range, and they also have the Vigar, but against the siege that the potential siege that TBM has, they have the Jinx, they have the pick. So if one misstep from Icebreakers and TBM, I'm really liking TBM's comp here.
Yeah, it could be really tricky. That's a good way to put it too. Is the siege potential from Team Blue Milk is really strong. It's just going to be dependent on them getting that early lead, and they already have pretty good tower taking ability too. Jinx, best tower taking AD carry in the game, number 1 or 2, maybe Tristana's a little bit better.
Yeah.
You can make an argument either way for whether Jinx or Tristana's better, but they really do. And then if you dive into them too, Chino Baby can go ahead and just stun anybody up. Lee Sin can kick anybody away. Orianna with a good shockwave can really change a team fight. We've seen that be able to happen before, where it's looking really grim, and then just one great shockwave, and that's it for a team fight. So it really is going to depend, and that's actually our featured matchup too, like we had on the screen in the mid lane, is Davemon's Viger against FIS and Orianna. Both these guys have been doing really, really well, and they're actually the only 2 people that have stayed in their position for the team. So what I mean by that is that some of the other roles have been switched around for one of the teams to the other team, and so FYS and Ironaut and Lord Crowley have been the same consistent for Team Blue Milk, but the top lane and the jungle have been a little bit different. On the opposite side, Kobe and Solo Drax and You're All Bad have switched roles around as well too. So these guys have been playing mid lane since the beginning of this tournament, and hopefully they can keep up the consistency that they've had here so far. Both have been performing pretty well, regardless of whether or not their team has been successful or failing. They've both done a pretty good job. As we begin to load into this match here, we'll get it up on that screen for you in just a moment here, and it's really going to go ahead and take off here in just a few minutes, and we could see some level 1s invades. I know that Braum is a champion that's pretty good at level 1 invade. If you can get him on your team to have him be invading, it could be really good to follow up, especially if Morgana goes ahead and starts her binding. She's another champion that can be really scary to invade with. So we could see something level 1 here. Generally speaking, we don't, but it'd be awfully refreshing and nice to see something kind of crazy happen here.
Yeah, I mean, in the past couple weeks of NGG, we've definitely seen a lot of aggression, early levels. Not so much level 1, but like you said, it would be really refreshing to see a nice level 1. But I don't see it happening here. Both teams are pretty much solid in level 1 factor here, so I don't see any team being brave enough to
risking it.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that was said by I can't remember his name, but he's one of the analysts for Worlds, and that's one of the things he said is he's not really a big fan of level 1 fights, simply because you can risk so much, and I guess the risk is not worth it pretty much. As we load into this one, though, we do have a pause pretty quickly into this one. The traditional NGG pauses are here. Not sure what the issue is, but we are going to go ahead and be hanging out for just a few minutes while we wait for this one. But we see quickly an Ironaut and Team Blue Milk moving out in a tight little group on their way towards the mid lane. But we do see that Chino Babies also head towards top lane, so not anticipating anything to come from that one. Opposite side of the map. It looks like it's a pretty similar story for Icebreakers. But it'll be really interesting to kind of see how this game goes along and progresses and stuff like that. But pause is now unpaused, so we'll be getting into this one in just a moment here, and we'll have to see what happens. Aggressive starts for most of these guys, and pretty much what you'd expect from the purchases as well. Doran's Blade for both Darius and Renekton in the top lane, the Hunter's Machete, the Doran's Ring, the Doran's Blade again. Differences on the supports, but again, what you pretty much expect, going for the targets there on the side of Braum and Solo Jax, and then Spell Sleeves for your Lord Crowley as they go ahead and decide to ward up. Looks like Team Blue Milk's actually anticipating an invade, and they're actually right. As we see a little bit of action coming around here as we do see the invade that's coming on from Icebreakers, but they're all grouped together. They're all in one good bush, and actually it was seen by Team Blue Milk. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and fight for this one. They are grouped up together. They have dropped a ward as well, and there are pings plenty down there, and then you know that this bush is warded as they're still trying to get vision here. So we'll have to see how Team Blue Milk reacts. I do know there's a bush or ward in the Wraith bush, or the Raptors bush now, I suppose it's called. But actually, look at this. Davemon's caught out a bit. No, I was going to say maybe he's off to the side by himself, but they're not going to contest it. It looks like Chino Baby and Ironaut and Lord Crowley are going to move somewhere else. But no, they're actually kind of hanging out here. They're still sitting on top of the ward as we can go ahead and change the vision here. Team Blue Milk sees everybody kind of hanging out here. They actually see everybody leave at the same time, though. So Team Blue Milk going to react in a positive way. As nothing comes from that invade for Icebreakers, Team Blue Milk just going to go ahead and start their camps normally, it looks like here. Maybe a bit of a double jungle coming in initially for Chino Baby on Renekton, hanging out with Tornadoes on their side of the jungle. We'll pan over that way and take a peek at that.
It just seemed pretty standard that Icebreakers wanted to scout out maybe if TBM was going to do a lane swap, and maybe if they could catch something, if they didn't ward early, then so be it. But good early ward from TBM to stop that, and good Gromp going over this TBM side for it's definitely going to give the advantage to an Ironaut and D-Lord Crawley.
Yeah, and I think that You're All Bad and Solo Drax actually went ahead and soloed the golems in there as well, so they'll be look at that, some of that experience as well. They didn't take as much damage due to the fact that Braum is innately more tankier as they head to the bottom.
TBM does get level 2 first, but misses a bind, so they're just going to back off.
Yeah, not much to do from that once you miss the binding. But the aggression is going to continue here as we go. Soul Drax now pushing up onto an Arnold. They will catch some damage on him. He is going to get stunned up here as well. Damage coming on him. Do they have the Ren yet? That's the question. One more arrow and the Ren comes out, forces the heal. Lord Crowley has to back up as well as there's aggression in the mid lane as well as FYS and Dave Montrade. They're both around 25% health. But early aggression in the bottom lane forces the flash, or excuse me, the heal from an Ironaut. But he comes back to the lane without recalling. Kobe and Sheena baby poking back and forth, but not as much going on up there as we have seen in some of these other lanes as well. Now they're again back in the bottom lane. Crowley's probably going to get stunned up here. He's going to get ignited as well. The damage comes out. One more auto will do it. Actually, first blood goes towards You All Bad. He flashes and Rens picks up the first blood on Lord Crowley there.
We were talking about that early aggression from these NGG teams in the past couple weeks, so good play by Icebreakers there to recognize that TBM was just a little off balance. It just seemed right there. So good heads up play from Icebreakers there.
Yeah, look at this. Tornellis is going to try to counter some of this aggression by going up top with Kobe, but that's actually sniffed out by Ramu there, who was heading the same place himself. So that aggression is going to be stopped instantly with the showing of Ramu on that Rek'Sai. So the TBM counterplay not working out well for them as the aggression continues in the bottom lane. But Kobe's actually just throwing out all of his Qs are doing a lot more damage than you'd expect. And I don't know if it's going to take another arrow, spear, I guess, supposedly.
Oh,
and the
man.
Red actually picks up the kill onto him. Wow, that was not expected there from an Iron. I don't think he thought it would do that much damage, and he'll fall down for that. So that puts the bottom lane of Team Blue far behind pretty significantly. As now 2-0 on You're All Bad, and he's up already 20 to 6 minions there in that bottom lane. We're going to try to get some aggression down to Kobe here. He might be able to, and he will. Yeah, Gina maybe picks that one up pretty quickly there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a misplay by Kobe there. You never go aggro against a Renekton that has full rage bar. So it was a little bit of a misplay by Kobe, but back to the bottom lane. You Are All Bad is playing like he really wants to get into that semifinals.
Yeah, pretty much
semifinal or finals.
Oh wait, no, it's just not going to be semifinals. We'll talk about it in a second. Ramu with a flash knock up, and Davemon picks up a kill.
Icebreakers, play there. Icebreakers looking solid in these first 5 minutes. That's what we were talking about with the so much aggression early. It's taking TBM and it's kind of putting them on the back foot here. So they just have to regroup and say, hey guys, everything's gonna be all right. Let's just farm up, play safe, and we can probably win this with the Jinx carry in the late game.
Yeah, already down 1,300 gold here as they are down those 3 to 1 in kills. And like you said, all they need to do is kind of hold on, maybe get towards that later point in the game. But to already have to be thinking about late game, only 5.5 minutes in, is also another scary thought. Not to mention the fact, too, Callista, Viger, not very fun to deal with in the late game as well. So we'll have to see if they can turn something around here. Maybe get some jungle pressure from Tornados or something along those lines. He's got the blue smites. He's going to be looking to gank some lanes. We already saw one didn't go well for him. He was hanging out in mid, trying to get a kill onto Ramu, on Davemon. That didn't go well as the CLG sign comes up from Lord Crowley there in the bottom lane. That's a little bit awkward. Chino Baby and Kobe going back and forth, trying to make up for the aggression they've had lacked so far. And Chino Baby's got the full stacks on there, hemorrhaging just a bit, but no follow-up just yet from Kobe. He has everything available, and both these guys have their flashes up too, so we could see something intense going on there. As again, Tornados is up in the top lane, but no avail there as he was caught out by a ward as he came.
Yeah, so far this Renekton pick is working out for TBM quite well. He seems to be doing really well, but even though he's down on 11 CS, it's Darius. Darius is like super strong here, but we're going to have some aggression here.
Yeah, he's going to go back on him again, but again,
he has full rage, half rage.
He is level 6. The only issue is Kobe's not just yet. We'll back away from that. I'm just trying to zone Kobe off a bit so maybe he can get some lane control back now that he's 6. And Narana and Lord Crowley still completely zoned down there in the bottom lane. 39 to 21 in the farming department there. It's only going to get harder for them as they go. As you can see, they're going on the Crowley just a bit, forced to use a spell shield on himself before backing away. So it's only going to get more difficult. Tornados deciding not to help them out. Going to go ahead up towards the top lane. We'll see if he can get on the Kobe in the top lane at all. Maybe get some aggression and some damage up there. Maybe if he can get Chino Baby snowballing ahead. That 2-0 Jinx with the BF at 6 minutes won't be too much of an issue. Putting some damage down in the solo Drax, but that wall's just going to help him out. Look at this. Tornellus actually on a Kobe here. Kobe's going to flash pretty much instantly, though. Very good reaction time from him. He'll be able to get away. But a good gank by Tornellus, the first successful one we've seen from him. Gets the flash.
Yeah, it seems like Tornellus was like, okay, guys, I'm done farming. Let's try to get some kills. But good heads-up flash by Kobe. But Chino's going to be aggression with a full rage bar.
Yeah, Kobe's going to turn it back around. I'm actually going to pull it back in. He does have the ultimate available, but it's a little too far now as the dash came away. So Chino is going to run away from this one, also bleeding there. Oh, look at this. They're going to fight down the bottom. I cannot believe that hit. The damage is going to go on a Crowley here, but who are they going to put the shield onto? They're actually not going to do anything yet. They're just going to have to flash away and heal from now on. Solo Jack's going to take a binding, but that's insignificant compared to this. Look at the level advantage here. Level 6
Huge.
and compared to level 4 on an Ironaut there. Oh, FYS is caught too, and with the Viger, that could be a bit of damage down. Actually, Dave might not go like full aggression on that one. Just going to do a bit of poke there. Mid lane, we haven't seen much since that first gank there. They're both farmed up at 58 even, but that one kill in favor of Dave Munn's doing pretty well. He's opted to go for a tier, so he's not going to get that early advantage that he could have gotten from that early kill. Opted to just continue to farm up and get some more mana there, as you can imagine here.
Yeah, if you look at the CS, it's pretty much even in the jungle, pretty much even in the mid lane. Supports don't really go for CS, but if you look at the bottom lane, they're winning by 35 CS, and top is almost winning by 20. So that's where this, besides the 2 kill advantage, that's where 2,000 gold is coming from.
Tornellus is back up here in top trying to make something happen, but he's probably going to get spotted out by those minions there, and he notices that. He'll back away. But yeah, this 2,000 gold advantage is coming from those 2 kills, but like you said, that gold lead is ridiculous with the farming differential in the top lane and the bottom lane. Tornellus actually still hanging out up in top lane. Can we get the stun only? Yes, we can. Can we get more damage? Yes, we can. And we're going to bother the build with that one because yes, we can all the way. As they pick up the kill there, Crowley's going to have to try to run here. Solo Drax is just walking up one of these guys. Rambo's actually here behind them. They're probably not going to catch an Iron out because he's not moving, but now he is going to move, so they'll run away from that one. They'll drop to some of the chompers as well to try to clear out Rambo from down there. But they'll take that tower in the bottom lane and continue to push this lead here. Try to get a recap up here in the top lane. Chino Baby and Tornellus are going to try to put some damage down, but Kobe's going to teleport to stop that one. We'll have to back away. So good response there, trying to get some damage on the tower, but it's just thwarted by that teleport from Kobe. And he's not done with him yet. He wants to go for some kills here if he can. He does have the ultimate available. He's going to put damage down on Tornellus, but can they fight him off here? No, they can't. Still looking for some damage. He can't. When is his pull up? He's not going to be up for another 15 seconds here, so I can't imagine that going much further than it is. They'll flash away and use the ultimate. So Kobe will back away. So we got the flash and the ult from Chino Baby. FYS is trying to trade some damage back here in the mid lane, but Dave Munn doing a pretty good job of bullying him so far, but that featured matchup is where we wanted to watch, and we can see it still. A really good skill matchup here in the mid lane between these two guys. The farm is still completely even.
Yeah, it was good play by Tornellus, really being aware. They probably had Darius's flash timed, and they knew it wasn't up, so they tried it once, didn't work. Was gonna do it again. All right, let's gank him again. Let's get that kill, but even though they got that kill, they gave up Dragon and they gave up their blue buff. I believe that once they got Dragon, they gave Rek'Sai gave that blue buff over to Vigar. So it not only does it starve Orianna, but Vigar is going to have 2 blue buffs already at 11 minutes.
Not the place you want to be. Not his fault at the same time. They're trying to wait for that sun to go down, but he doesn't have enough time to wait for that. Rambo picks up that one pretty much for free as that pink ward catches him out. He stopped to take one auto attack and then realized this isn't a good spot to be, but good collapse coming in there from Icebreakers. 3 people in that area pretty much instantly, and even if he had ran and flashed away, Tornellus would not have been able to escape that fight. An Ironhawk getting chased by Total Drax here. And Chino Baby trying to get something going on down here.
Maybe Chino can... He's coming up. D-Lord Crowley's coming up. See if he can. He does not have his flash, but here's the
some
binding.
stuns, damage coming in. He's going to use the ultimate as well. Teleport is being followed by Dave Mon here. Kobe going to end up going down to this one. The question is, will Lord Crowley follow or will Dave Mon follow first here as we're trying to just get some stunts here? Oh my gosh, the exhaust rocket from across the map and the exhaust comes in. Should be able to pick this one up. Can he get away in time? Ramu's there. Ramu with the flash knockup to stop that one. Shinobaby now needs to retreat as Solo Drax has joined the party here. The stun comes out even after those two dashes. Lord Crowley's now caught. He's probably going to fall here. Yes, he will to Dave Mon. Shinobaby trying to run away from this one, but he's got nowhere to go. Unless Don Ironheart's up here for the team. Tornadoes has now joined the fray as well as Ramu's here trying to run away because he's now low. Dave Mon trying to escape with his life as well. The smite comes out. Tornadoes picks up that one. Will Ramu follow as well? Yes, he will to Shinobaby. Will Solo Drax? Yes, Tornadoes with a flash. And the cripple will pick up that kill. Double kill coming in for Lee Sin. And that could be exactly what Team Blue Milk needed to go ahead and turn this one around.
Wow, that 2-minute sequence right there. TVM, it looked really bad for TVN for about 20 to 30 seconds. They got that first kill and then they got kited a little bit. And then good play by Chino, keeping the play alive with his feet. Just like a quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, just as long as he could try to run away back and forth. The only issue with this, though, you're all bad at is, oh my,
free farm.
Look at the farm.
Yeah.
109 to 39 farm. Oh my. Oh, you're all bad is showing everybody that his name is true.
Kobe has that flash. Oh, but he does not have a tower. He can
come. He does not. He's going to try to run from this one, but I think he's going to go down again. Probably put in the 4 and
Anironot picks that one up. And they give it to Anironot. That was a really good play. Anironot's really far away from where he's supposed to be at 13 minutes. So
yeah,
good
that's an
job
understatement,
for
I think as well. Let's look at the farming and the
Tornadoes.
gold actually here. 5,000 on the side of Cody. You're all bad. On the opposite side, 1,500 gold down for the side of Anironot there. So they're going to go ahead and take this mid tower here with that aggression that was up in the top lane. You can see Cody trying to get it. He actually gets hit by a binding there. The shockwave picks up that kill. Solo Drax going to back away, trying to save his 80 carry, but to no avail as Clifton now falls down to 2 and 1.
Good binding by D-Lord Crawley.
That's what we talked about. He's definitely good at those max range skill shots that can kind of change some stuff up, and that's that pick count that we talked about.
Yeah. It's definitely working out here for them, especially this Renekton pick, like I said earlier. Shinobaby was probably really comfortable. He was like, okay, guys, let him pick Darius. I know for a fact that I can beat him, and especially with Tornellos coming up there 4 times, it definitely has worked out for them, making Shinobaby go 3-0-3 in the first 14 minutes.
Yeah, and with that kill, we've seen the gold lead slowly starting to be pulled back here. 21.9 to 21.2, so Team Blue Milk trying to crawl back into this one. But the fact that Anironot is still down by 1,500 gold is kind of crazy here with that farming. 112 to 42 is unheard of, pretty much. But they're going to get a pick here maybe on the Solo Jax. The damage comes in. Is there an ultimate? Not just yet. Solo Jax is going to try to use his ultimate to try to prolong as much time as he can. The Morgana ultimate will help out a bit with that secondary stun, and then Anironot will not be able to get that one, though. We'll go to Shinobaby, who's now on a rampage. 4-0-3 Renekton. That's never something you want to have to deal with as well. But will it be enough?
Ooh. Vigar's starting to stack up his AP, so 1 Q does about 20% of Lee Sin's damage.
Where's Shinobaby going? Shinobaby's actually up to the top lane.
He's going to save that top tower. Not good because, I don't know, maybe they didn't time it right, but Draken's coming up in 30 seconds, and Kobe still has his TP. So,
oh, look at this.
Tornellos kicking him.
Oh, damage going down. You're all bad. Going to go down. Tornellos is not down again.
Wow.
Tornellos and Shinobaby have been synchronized this entire game now, it looks like. They're both 4 kills and 4 assists on the side of Shinobaby. The aggression that's coming in from these two is really strong right now, and Shinobaby's got 80% of the kills for his team he was involved in, and like you said, that dragon is up soon. Oh, the sun comes out. That's probably going to be a kill. FYS will fall. Davon picks up that one, and that could be a free dragon here for Icebreakers, their second one of the game here.
Yeah, that was just bad positioning on FYS's part. It seems like with the kill up top on their AD carry, they could have just retreated and went to dragon, but FYS got a little bit too excited, and Dave Mon with the Vigar just deleting FYS.
Yeah, just Vigar things pretty much there. A good push comes in from the mid lane, but not too much is going to come from that from Icebreakers, as the goal lead's actually completely tied up pretty much now, 40 or 25 to 25, just about here.
Yeah, definitely. And if Renekton keeps getting these kills, he's He's going to be really strong and really a force to be reckoned with against this Icebreaker Sours team.
Yeah, Tornello's going to fight with Ramu here. I wonder who's going to win that
Ooh.
one. If Tornello's wanted to turn, he probably could, but he knows he's not in a good area. And speaking of a good area, you're all bad, and Solo Drax are trying to look for something else here. If they can, roll him up the river to go after him. But not too much is going to come from that, as they'll be able to back away from that one. Actually, no, they're going to go ahead and throw Solo Drax into that one. Tornello's going to be able to ward jump away. One more hit he needs for the stun, but he's not going to be able to find it. FYS and the rest of Team Blue Milk decide to react. But there's only so much to react to as Icebreakers has run towards the top lane to take this tower. Now they're going to have to give that tower up, I believe. Cheeto Baby and Kobe meet in the mid lane yet again. They're going to go back onto each other. Cheeto Baby's going to go on to Kobe, taking pretty good damage down to him. But Renekton is more of a bursty champion. Darius can do the sustained damage, as we can see here. Uh-oh, look at this. Cheeto Baby's going to go ahead and pop the ultimate come in. FYS is here with him. They're not going to be able to do anything else, though, from that. As Team Blue Milk, they're looking to do more of a base race in the mid lane, but that's probably not the best idea here.
Not for TBM.
No, not for TBM at all. As Icebreakers is going to go ahead and take a second tower here. They're actually going to catch Tornalis as well. He'll just jump away. Shinobu's actually trying to recall, but Kobe sees him on that ward there. He did miss the Q, and Kobe might decide to turn this one around on the Shinobaby, and he will. So Shinobu is now unstoppable.
Kobe is not. He doesn't play against Renekton often because that was the second time going against a Renekton with full rage bar. And that's, like I said earlier, that's not something you want to do, especially when the Renekton is 4-0-4.
Yeah, now look at this fight coming in. Ramu and Soul Drax are looking to pick something up here. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to or not, but yeah, maybe Kobe also picked Darius thinking, yo, Darius is OP, but he hasn't played him that much. Cheetah Baby's still hanging around here in this area as Ramu's trying to clear out some wards. Tornados is actually here in the fight as well. Spell Immune comes in at a really good time from Lord Quilla to get him away from that one.
And it draws the TP.
Yeah, now a 5-man fight here could be coming in the mid lane as Darius teleports in. This one was actually caught off to the side. And Iron
This is really good position for Icebreakers.
Yeah, not good position at
really
all.
You can do.
FYS, actually, they dodge that ultimate. They're going to dodge some stuns as well.
But come out.
FYS is going to go ahead in. He's going to get the 2-man shockwave, but not on the 2 targets they wanted to get on. Kobe's going to get back. You're all bad. Still under the tower here. Cheeto's going to flash in onto him and try to dive the back line as well. He will fall for his first death, but 9 after 9 picks up the kill there. Ramu's going to fall down as well, so 2 for 2 is the trade right now. Kobe's going to go ahead and use the dunk, and it's going to be just enough damage to pick up an Iron now. So now it's 3 for 2. Kobe's still looking at this one. FYS is going to fall.
Oh, and this is not. Oh, it's not looking good for TBM. They look good.
One more auto attack should fall, but Dave Bond's not going to be able to chase that one up. He did his flash, but not worth a chase. We're going to see if they can get some damage onto this mid tower here. Tornadoes has respawned.
It was a 3 for 3, but it definitely went in the favor of TBM or excuse me, Icebreakers, because they got some good damage on their mid tower and Crowley was about to die, so just a little bit overzealous. TBM had the lead in that, and then they just got a little bit greedy. FYS saw an opportunity, flashed into a Viger ult, so that wasn't really that great. But TBM still looks to try to regain control. They had the gold advantage a little bit right before that fight, and now they're down another 3,000 gold. So TBM it seems like they're trying to come back.
Yeah, that's absolutely what they're doing, and they're doing a pretty decent job of it so far. It hasn't gone super well, hasn't gone super poorly at the exact same time as they're slowly trying to crawl their way back in this one, and Ironheart's still trying to get his farm back to where it needs to be. He's only at 78 minions. Look at this. Tornado's actually going to jump in the fight here. Knock back Soul Drax, and you're all bad. Just going to go ahead and use that as an aggression to go for it. They're going to go back over the wall and try to fight this one back and kite this one as much as they can here. And Ironheart from over the wall still trying to help the team. Davemon's not joining the fray. Tornado's going to be stunned up. The Ren's going to be able to pick up that one. But look at this. You're all bad. Still stuck on these things. Shinobabe's going to be able to jump over to him. Lord Crowley picks up that one. Now Shinobabe's going to fall down as well. Probably here at the end of this fight. Yes, he will. Davemon picks up that one. And now Ironheart gets destroyed and deleted by Davemon. And now Ramu's trying to run away from this fight. But Davemon's on the wrong side of the wall. So Ramu and Kobe are now here trying to help out their teammate. Can they get to him in time? Ramu's going to get stunned up and snared by Lord Crowley. And Davemon's still trying to run from this one. He is going to be able to get the stun down. Kobe's actually going to miss the pull though. As FYS is trying to run. Will he be able to get the ultimate down? No! The snare comes in from Crowley to stop that one. And Davemon will go back to pushing mid here.
Wow.
Crazy fight.
Crazy fight. Crowley might be out of position here.
Yeah, he might get caught out again, but you know who else is out of position? Kobe potentially here. Tornado's going to put as much damage on him as he can.
Oh!
Yeah, he comes down and picks up the kill. Kobe's going to transform back on a Tornado.
Oh!
But not enough damage comes in, or will it? The bleed is there. The red buff is there as well, I believe. Don't think it's going to be enough, but it came awfully close.
Will be able to get that turret.
Oh, Tornado's actually not done. He was probably trying to sneak around the side, but he's not going to be able to get over there around that one.
I think he decided it was going to be a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit too much. Ramu's going to go ahead and seal the blue buff here. in time, I think. Oh, Damon's still
FYS
hanging out
might
here in the
get
middle.
caught out.
Oh my God, Viger, please! She maybe he's trying to get on someone. Does not have a flash available. Oh, good stun or knock up there coming in from Solo Jax. The stun's going to come down as well. I think it's just enough to get them away from this one safely. Tornellos is now back over here on the side, trying to see if he can find and hunt down Mark Boots here. Not going to be able to, though, with that stun. You're All Bad's going to get caught by the Sonic Wave there. Not going to be followed up. No Lee Syndrome coming in just yet. He's still off to the side waiting for it. Sheena Baby and Crowley are here back in the mid lane. And for the last 2 minutes, this game has been non-stop action here, as the rest of Icebreaker seems to be headed towards this mid lane to try to regroup as a team here and go from there.
You know, I have a little funny saying from NGG Bistro. He says, there is no such thing as Lee Syndrome. Just good players know when to go in and when not to go in.
Well, that's true. So Tornado's hanging on to that one.
That's the third dragon for Icebreakers.
Yeah, so they're becoming a bit of a threat here for Team Blue Milk. That could be a win condition for them. The Ren picks up that one. Lord Crowley going to use this opportunity to clear out some vision here. He's actually going to spot Ramu and stop him there. Holders continue to run away from that one. Ramu a little bit salty about his pink ward going down to clear out some vision of his own. And Baron could become the next point of contention, potentially. Regardless, Icebreakers continuing to move around the map here, going to try to get some vision out with these wraiths. They will spot Lord Crowley. Tornellis is off to the side as well. They do know that he's over there due to Ramu's vision. When he's burrowed, Tornellis going to take a lot of damage. We'll be able to jump to the ward over the wall as well. Good reaction time and not panicking from him to be able to jump that wall and be safe. But Icebreakers continuing his forward to look, and they're on the hunt right now. Ramu's going to get stocked up by the binding. Now, mind you, this inhibitor is open, and Kobe's down here in the bottom lane with Shino Baby. FYS has now joined the party as well. But by him rotating down that way, it's going to be a free inhibitor more than likely here for these guys. Can they get it done quick enough? Shino Baby wants to go in. You can see he's trying to. They will be able to save the inhibitor for now, but for how much longer? The damage is coming down on the Solo Jax, so they're burning a lot on the support. A good shockwave pulls you all back in this one, but he picks up a kill on Crowley first. Solo Jax gets out of this one. Tornellos is going to fall to Ramu as well. The flash in from Shino Baby. You're all bad. Going to fall down to 9. Picks up a rocket and a crit from the back, but it doesn't matter because Damon's putting his damage down from Viger. The stun comes down onto him, and he's not going to be able to follow this one. Ramu now trying to run away yet again. Davemon's still trying to fight here a little bit. Just because he's low doesn't mean he can't burst you. Shino Baby's going to go on this one. Solo Jackson's here as well. The stun's going to be there. They ignite as well. And Davemon picks up that kill. He's now 8-1, is dominating here. And barely escapes from this one of these two guys. And now FYS is the only one alive. He went hunting for Ramu, was not able to find him. As Ramu joins his team here. That inhibitor is still alive, by the way, guys. And Ramu's going to go ahead and get the knock-up down. He'll probably fall for it, and he will. But they'll make FYS fall as well. So Ramu sacrifices his life, and they'll pick up this inhibitor at the end of it. Lord Crowley tried to get there and save it in time. Not going to be able to. Now we see the same exact same thing for Tornellos who's trying to run. The teleport's actually going to be channeled in here. Who is that? That's Kobe coming into the fight. He actually decides to cancel it.
Yeah, he didn't want to overextend. He was just using the TP so they can get away safely, so Lee Sin would stop the aggression. But what I want to point out here is the roles kind of switched. TBM has this pink kind of not engaged comp, but pick oriented comp, whereas
I got you.
Icebreakers have like this engaged comp, and it was kind of reversed. It seemed like TBM wanted to go in, and Icebreakers just executed very, very well on kiting TBM around, and it worked out because Davemon didn't die, and he picked up, what, 3 kills in that fight? 2 kills?
Yeah, and he's now dominating, like we said. He's now 9-1-5, and that's only going to become scarier as the game moves along. The Baron dance has begun. Now's a good time. I'm actually thinking it might have been a good time for TBM to try to YOLO rush a Baron. Opted not to, actually. Ramu's trying to force something here. Oh, Tornellos is caught, and by caught I mean gone, as Davemon's now legendary. And now not picking up his red buff here. But this could be a free Baron potentially here. Let's take a look at the Davemon's AP. He's got 900 AP right now. This Baron's going down really quickly as well. It's at 6,000 health, and the Ren from Kalista should be able to pick up that one itself. Will it be enough? Will they have enough damage? There's no smite coming in from Tornellos, obviously, because he has fallen. You're all bad. It's putting tons of spears into this thing, though. The Jinx ultimate's going to come in a little too early. The smite comes down. So does the Rend. And you're all bad on Cody. Picks up that one. Or Cody, playing under the name You're All Bad, picks up that one. Now they're going to recall. Sheena Baby trying to force something here in the bottom lane. Not the worst idea in the world to try to put some pressure onto that bottom tower, but he recognized that now's a good time to get out of there. Might have been able to get some more damage on that tower, but better to do that and get out and play it safe. as we've now hit the 27-minute mark, and the gold lead's now about 6,000 gold. Kobe's actually just kind of scouting around here, getting some vision down as well. They run into each other, he and Tornados, and they decide neither of them want that fight. They'll back away. And bottom lane might be the idea here for Icebreakers to go ahead and push. Wouldn't be a bad idea either with Dragon spawning almost in a minute and a half. So maybe they can push up that bottom lane as much as they can, then rotate off back to Dragon. That'd be Dragon 4 for them, by the way. So that's continuously getting scary. And that's, in my opinion, Dragon 4 is the one you need to all in for. Because if you can all in and stop Dragon 4, that's better than doing it later. You can't wait for them to have 4, then all in and try to stop 5, because they can just burst the Dragon down quickly enough at that point in time. So 4 is the one you really want to try to really go for, at least in my opinion. Regardless, the siege has begun in the bottom lane. Tornado's caught off to the side. The tower hasn't taken too much damage yet, but now that Cody's up here, maybe able to get some good damage on Tornado's. Oh my god, look at that. Look at the damage that came in. He's gone before he even knew what was going on. And then instantly makes us a 4v5. So
I honestly didn't even see
could be caught as well, and he will be go down as well. The ultimate's actually going to hit max range. FYS and an Iron Out are caught. That's a triple kill for Viger here.
Quadra.
Chino Baby's the only one
Can he
alive.
get the
The sun's
penna?
going to go down.
Oh!
No. It is only going to be a triple for
stolen.
him. No, it was only a triple, I believe, but it doesn't even seem to matter at this point in time. Icebreaker Sours, they're going to go ahead. They're going to push to win. He picked up a kill earlier. It wasn't going to be a
I don't know.
Sad
That was
face.
going to be a penna.
You're all bad. Picks up that kill.
Wow.
And they'll end the game as Icebreakers just broke the door open of the base, takes it over, and they knock Team Blue Milk out of contention for the Fall 2015 Invitational.
A little shaky for Icebreakers in the mid game, early mid game, but once they got the ball rolling, they didn't stop. They did not stop. They shoved TBM into their base and didn't allow them to get deep wards, and TBM just couldn't come back.
No, nothing they can come back from that one.